they maximize every single possession. Like they
Yes.
play like a college basketball team with the skill of NBA players, right? They run up and down the court, they defend you full court, they defend sideline out of bounds like they're in high school, right? Where they game plan like the other team's sideline out of bounds play. They know all of them. They're switching and they're denying the ball and they're just making everything so hard on you.
How many defenders would you say on their team are all defense worthy? Not this season, but just like their
In a
skill sets.
vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think Case and Wallace is going to get
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Jalen Williams is already, I think, all defense level.
Mhm.
SGA?
The way that all defense is voted on sometimes where they really over-index on steals, yeah, sure, but like no, I don't think he's like a
I don't think so
all.
either. But I do think if he didn't have to score as much, he could
Mhm.
probably get there because that's part of it too. Look, it's very hard to be good at both.
Yeah.
Very hard. Like especially in today's NBA where it's just too fast and everybody's getting hurt. And this is why the season should be 82 games. Lou Dort, no doubt.
Yes.
I thought Lou Dort should have been Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Okay, that's a take.
Yeah, I legitimately, but they never give it to perimeter.
Yeah.
They just don't. Even though he's built like a tight end and can switch and can like he's ridiculous, but he had one of the best perimeter defensive seasons I've ever seen this year.
Mhm.
Lou Dort individually, he's ridiculous. I can't wait to watch him in the finals. Also, I think he's going to be very, very important. And obviously, Alex Caruso
That's 5 right there, right? We said Chet, right? Yeah.
and Chet. We'll throw in
Yeah.
Chet also.
Mhm.
That's another one. I don't think he's there yet, but I think he'll get there.
Oh, I think he's there, dude. The rim protection, like, it's just
You think he's
crazy.
there?
Like
Yeah, that's probably
like, the Nuggets could not score when he was on the floor.
the difficult thing is just because like to make it as a center, it's hard because of the other centers.
Mhm.
But I do think from a rim protection standpoint, like he'll probably not probably, but he may get Defensive Player of the Year at some point. He actually because he's a big, he has the best shot at Defensive Player of the Year in the
Yeah.
future of all these guys, which is the irony. I don't think he's the best defender here, although he'll probably get up there. I think Lou Dort, if you want to do a pound for pound discussion, it's him. But Alex Caruso obviously is like the OG. And Case and Wallace is the one for me where I'm like, bro, he's one of these guys that I think he could be like perennial all
Oh,
defense.
yeah, dude, he's so sick. Like, he is I'm telling you, man, next Andrew Nemhard. I had to find a way to throw that in a podcast, but I just see it so
Nemhard,
clearly.
that's
Yeah, he's the next
interesting.
Andrew Nemhard.
The common one is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of all fall from that, like, school. I guess Casey's stronger, like Drew, but yeah.
I think he's one of those guys like if he's healthy and if he's playing at least 25, 30 minutes a
Mhm,
game, he can make 6, 7 all defensive.
mhm.
Like I think he can be that good defensively. And he doesn't even like he doesn't even start for the
No,
team.
no. No, dude, he's not even, like, the first guy off the bench most nights, like,
No.
you know?
Give me a thought on Thunder Pacers or Thunder Knicks.
Like, the Pacers are just so well coached. Like, if the Celtics were up 3-1, not saying Joe Mazzulla is a bad coach, but they just have some bad habits that even he with, like, his hard nose, his kind of almost diabolical coaching style.
The habits
Like
predate him, to be fair.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, they just have built-in stickiness, right, in
Yes.
their offense, and it can get them in trouble. Um, but they're just so well coached. Like, this is one of the I say this all I've been saying this in the last couple of weeks, but this is one of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen. Like, Rick Carlisle's done such an incredible job of they maximize every single possession. Like, they
Yes.
play like a college basketball team with the skill of NBA players, right? They run up and down the court, they defend you full court, they defend sideline out of bounds like they're in high school, right? Where they game plan like the other team's sideline out of bounds play. They know all of them. They're switching and they're denying the ball and they're just making everything so hard on you. And then everyone on the team is just so at peace with their role, right? They're just fully comfortable with. They don't try to fight the game. They don't try to do too much. Maybe Bennett Mathurin does, but that's why he's kind of on a leash with
Yeah.
Carlisle. Um,
Yeah. I think if the GM was like, "Hey, we're gonna send Matherin and somebody else to the package," I think Carlisle would be like, "Okay, fine."
no worries. You want to
Yeah.
do it? You want to do it before the end of the series? But
I like Matherin too, but I don't know if he's a long term. Look, he was good yesterday, although
yeah, he was. He's like Kaminga. He's what Eastern Conference Kaminga with a jumper and probably better biceps. But
and probably He might have hands. He seems very comfortable starting shit with people.
Oh, you're talking like fighting hands. I'm like,
Yes.
okay. Like, I mean, like you said might have hands. I'm like, we do a quick film study. We could figure it out. It's not that hard. Like, how good he is at swiping at the ball against steals. But um. So I mean, there's a lot of interesting parts of the series because the Pacers are probably the only team that can match like the Thunder's intensity, their motor, right? And then there's just also this stylistic clash of like, the Thunder love to turn you over, and Halliburton's like, yeah, no, I don't do that. Like, I just make the right decision every single time. So
Mhm.
that'll be interesting. Halliburton's like the king of like taking what the defense gives you, making the right decision.
Yes.
But like, what does
Yes.
he do when the defense doesn't give you anything?
Yeah,
That's good.
it's gonna be so fascinating to
It's gonna be
watch.
fun. I think it's gonna be like one of the greatest like 5 game series in NBA history.
5. I think Indy could surprise some people. Um,
They've been surprising me all postseason. Like
yeah.
they're incapable of losing a game unless it's a game three. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
really like.
I don't think Indy's gonna win that series,
No.
but I think they can push. I think they can push it to 6. I mean, look, I like them more than I like Minnesota, even though defensively Minnesota's better.
I thought Minnesota was the better team. I think Minnesota had the best chance against them. But another thing is like how good is Pascal against them? Like, can he like keep doing his thing, like where he's like hunting smaller guys and working on the elbow? Is he still going to be able to do that?
That
Um,
turnaround jumper better work from
yeah.
15 feet. And honestly,
So
if he makes them, I think OKC will be like, all right, that's fine.
can
You
Aaron
know,
Nesmith keep hitting like 54% of threes? Like, is that humanly possible?
it's true
How?
that it's true. Like, there's a world where they just sweep Indy,
Mhm,
where it's a styles make fights thing. And typically in a styles makes fights situation, you have to establish yourself first.
mhm,
And Oklahoma City, I think, could do a better job of that. Like Indy will push, will push, will push, and they don't turn the ball over a ton. But Oklahoma City can use that against you very easily because of all the guys that they have defensively. Like Indy hasn't quite seen that.
yeah.
And to be fair to Oklahoma City, like Minnesota's not going to play at that same pace that Indy does. And Minnesota probably will shoot even more threes because Indiana, like they take after Tyrese Halliburton, they'll take what they give you. And the reason why I think they're a better matchup for the Knicks than the Celtics are is because Boston gets overly 3-point reliant. And they also fall into the trap of, hey, we're just going to shoot these threes and not actually generate them with movement
Mhm,
and not
mhm.
actually swing the ball around and create the open three. We're actually going to just dribble into them because we need to get these up. Where India's like, we can go 7 for 22 from 3 and win if we want because we'll get to the rim, we'll get to the line, we'll shoot mid-range jumpers if you give them to us. We're just going to make sure we're doing it fast and we're going 10 deep. Yesterday in game 4, they started off the game 6 of 9 for 3 and then they went 6 of 22 for like the rest of the game up until like the very last few minutes. And the Knicks couldn't get within more than like 5. They took a lead at one point, but it faded very quickly. And every time it looked like they were going to roll ahead, Indiana would like backdoor cut, somebody's open, and all these different tricks. Like, I don't know if all that's going to work against Oklahoma City, even though as much as I like Indy and I want to say they'll push it to 6, maybe even surprise people further. It's hard for me to get there as I'm talking it out.
Yeah, and there's like a guy like TJ McConnell. Like he like specializes in like he's their heart and soul. Like he brings them this energy, right? He gets the crowd going. Everybody loves him. But like he specializes in like taking advantage of like the little nooks and crannies that he can find, right? Just like the little things, right? So like
Sure.
there's not going to be any of that. Um, so I don't know. And the Pacers haven't played an elite defense yet. Like the Cavs this year, they slipped, right? They were like the eighth best defense, which is good but not elite.
And they were also
The
banged
Knicks,
up.
yeah, Knicks were, they're middle of the pack. They kind of figured it out a little bit, with the rotating, scrambling, their trio of wings kind of carrying them, but they're not, Brunson and Cat are
It was
too easy
very
targets.
unsteady. The Knicks
Yeah,
defense was
and the
unsteady all year.
Bucks were just whatever, right? On defense, fine. They were fine. But so they,
I
they haven't played an elite defense yet.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma City. Yeah, you're talking me into like probably betting OKC in 5.